Imagine this: you're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every decision, every what if over and over. Your mind is trapped in an endless loop of overthinking. But what if I told you that ancient philosophers had already solved this problem, centuries ago? The Stoics, masters of mental clarity, developed a simple yet powerful formula to free the mind from unnecessary worry. In this video, we'll break down their timeless method and show you how to stop overthinking, for good. Let's begin. Overthinking isn't just a modern problem, it's been a human struggle for thousands of years. The ancient Stoics, including philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, understood this deeply. They believed that most of our mental suffering comes from dwelling on things outside our control. Their solution? A mindset shift so powerful that it's still used by leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs today. It's called the Dichotomy of Control, the art of focusing only on what you can influence and letting go of everything else. But how does this actually work in daily life? Let's break it down step by step. Imagine a person like Daniel, an ambitious professional who constantly overthinks every decision. He replays past mistakes, worries about future outcomes, and struggles to stay present. His mind feels like a battlefield, trapped between what-ifs and if-onlys. He wants clarity, peace, and the ability to make decisions without second-guessing himself. But no matter how much he tries, his thoughts keep spiraling. Daniel's objective is simple: to break free from the endless cycle of overthinking and regain control over his mind. But achieving this won't be easy. He needs a strategy, a proven formula used by the greatest minds in history. And that's where the Stoic philosophy of mental clarity comes in. Daniel's biggest challenge isn't the decisions themselves, it's his own mind working against him. Every time he faces a choice, his brain floods with doubts. What if I make the wrong move? What if I regret it later? He overanalyzes conversations, second-guesses his actions, and hesitates when opportunities arise. The more he tries to quiet his thoughts, the louder they become. He reads self-help books, watches motivational videos, but nothing seems to work. His mind is like a storm, constantly churning, never settling. The real conflict? Daniel believes he needs more information, more analysis, more certainty. But in reality, his greatest enemy is his attachment to control. He must learn to let go, trust the process, and embrace a different way of thinking. Just when Daniel thinks he's making progress, he stumbles upon a harsh realization: his mind is addicted to overthinking. It's not just a bad habit, it's his comfort zone. Overanalyzing gives him a false sense of control, making him feel prepared for any outcome. But this habit has a cost. He hesitates during meetings, delaying important decisions. He replays conversations, worrying about things he said days ago. Even small choices, what to wear, what to eat, feel exhausting. His inability to act is now affecting his work, relationships, and self-confidence. Then comes the biggest challenge: breaking free. He tries mindfulness, journaling, even meditation. But his thoughts always creep back in, whispering, "Are you sure? What if you fail?" It does not just about know the right strategy, it's about rewiring his mindset. But can he? Or will he remain trapped in his own thoughts forever? Frustrated and desperate for change, Daniel stumbles upon the teachings of the Stoics, ancient philosophers who mastered the art of controlling their thoughts. He reads about Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire yet kept his mind calm amidst chaos. Seneca, who faced exile but never let fear consume him. Epictetus, a former slave who found freedom in mastering his own mind. One concept stands out: control what you can, ignore what you can't. It's simple, yet revolutionary. Daniel realizes most of his overthinking comes from worrying about things beyond his control: what others think, past mistakes, uncertain futures. The Stoics teach that true power lies in focusing only on what's within his influence. Determined to apply this wisdom, Daniel starts small. He practices the dichotomy of control, dividing his worries into two categories: things he can change and things he can't. Every time he starts spiraling, he reminds himself, is this within my control? If not, he lets it go. But will this method truly free him? At first, Daniel feels a sense of relief. The Stoic formula is simple, but applying it in real life is a challenge. One day, he faces his biggest test, a critical work presentation. His mind races. What if I mess up? What if they judge me? The old patterns of overthinking creep back in, threatening to take over. But then, he catches himself. What's in my control? He can prepare, speak clearly, and give his best effort, but he cannot control the outcome or others' opinions. He takes a deep breath, repeats the Stoic mantra, and steps forward with confidence. As he speaks, something shifts. Instead of drowning in self-doubt, he focuses on delivering his message. The fear is still there, but it no longer controls him. The moment of clarity is profound. He realizes that overthinking isn't something to fight, it's something to master. But did this newfound mindset truly work, or was it just temporary? Unbeknownst to Daniel, the real test isn't the presentation, it's what happens afterward. While he assumes his battle with overthinking is won, life has other plans. A week later, he receives an unexpected email from his boss: "We need to talk about your performance." His mind instantly spirals. Did I mess up? Was I not good enough? The irony is clear: despite his progress, his instinctive reaction is still to overthink. But this time, something is different. He recognizes the pattern. Instead of drowning in anxious speculation, he applies the Stoic principle: if I can control it, I'll act. If I can't, I'll let it go. As he walks into his boss's office, a surprising realization dawns on him. But what happens next? Does the formula truly hold up? Daniel isn't just a chronic overthinker, he's a high achiever trapped in his own mind. His intelligence and ambition make him strive for perfection, but they also make him his own worst critic. Every decision feels like life or death, every mistake a catastrophe. But there's another side to him. Beneath the doubt and hesitation is a person who craves clarity, who wants to break free from the endless loop of second-guessing. As he learns about Stoicism, we see subtle changes. His posture straightens, his speech becomes more deliberate, his mind starts focusing on solutions instead of problems. This transformation isn't instant, nor is it perfect. There are setbacks, moments of relapse, but the difference is clear: Daniel is learning to act rather than obsess. The man who once feared every decision is now embracing the power of calm, logical action. Daniel doesn't just read about Stoicism, he applies it. He starts small, deciding what to eat without overanalyzing, responding to emails without rewriting them 5 times. Slowly, he builds confidence. The principles of control and acceptance become second nature. Then comes the real test. A high-stakes project at work puts him under pressure. The old Daniel would spiral into self-doubt, fearing failure before even starting. But this time, he applies what he's learned: what's in my control? What isn't? He takes action without agonizing over the outcome. The result? He performs better than ever, not because he stopped caring, but because he stopped fearing. The payoff is clear: less stress, sharper focus, and a newfound sense of clarity. Daniel has reprogrammed his mind, proving that overthinking isn't a personality trait, it's a habit that can be broken. Daniel's transformation isn't just mental, it's visible in his actions. He no longer hesitates before making decisions. Instead of dwelling on what-ifs, he follows a simple Stoic rule: take the next right step. At work, he speaks up in meetings without second-guessing himself. In social settings, he engages without overanalyzing every word. When a problem arises, he tackles it directly instead of getting lost in endless scenarios. Each small action reinforces his new mindset. One day, a friend notices the change. "You seem different, more confident, more at ease." Daniel smiles. He's not just thinking differently, he's living differently. The shift isn't magic. It's the result of daily practice, small adjustments, and the courage to act. By embracing Stoic principles, he's proving that clarity comes from action, not overthinking. Every moment in Daniel's journey connects like pieces of a puzzle. The frustration, the self-doubt, the discovery of Stoicism, it all leads to one undeniable truth: mental clarity is a practice, not a gift. The lessons from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus aren't just abstract ideas. They're daily habits, choosing logic over fear, action over hesitation, and acceptance over resistance. His transformation wasn't instant, but each step reinforced the next. The power of Stoicism isn't in complex theories but in simple, consistent application. The more he applies it, the more natural it becomes. Daniel's story proves that mastering overthinking isn't about thinking less, it's about thinking better. Daniel didn't just wake up one day with a clear mind, he prepared for it. Every morning, he set a simple intention: focus only on what he could control. He practiced journaling, reflecting on his emotions without judgment, and reminding himself of Stoic principles. At first, it felt unnatural. His mind still wandered, doubts crept in, and old habits tried to take over. But every time he applied the Stoic formula, asking, "Is this within my control?" he noticed a shift. The weight of unnecessary thoughts started lifting. Weeks later, he faced a stressful situation that would have consumed him before. But this time, he remained calm, detached, and focused. Overthinking no longer ruled him, he ruled his mind. At its core, this story isn't just about stopping overthinking, it's about reclaiming control over your mind. The Stoics understood a timeless truth: peace comes not from controlling the world, but from mastering our perception of it. By focusing only on what's within our control, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Overthinking doesn't solve problems, it creates them. But clarity? Clarity leads to action, confidence, and true inner peace. Daniel's journey reflects a choice we all face: let thoughts consume us, or train our minds to work for us. In the end, a clear mind isn't something we find, it's something we create.